By the end of this video, you'll understand why almost everything you're worrying about right now will never happen, and why the brain keeps lying to you about the future. Let me ask you a question. Think back to one thing you were worried about exactly 1 year ago. Picture it. The thing that kept you up at night. The thing that felt massive, urgent, threatening. The thing your mind kept circling around, making you replay scenarios like a broken record. Where is it today? Does it even matter? Is it even relevant? Chances are it's resolved itself. Or it never happened. Or it simply stopped being important. And here's the paradox. When you finally reached the future you used to worry about, you didn't find peace. You found something new to worry about. The mind simply moved the goalpost, worrying about the future in the future. That's the loop we're breaking today. Worry isn't a mistake, it's evolution. Humans evolved with a brain designed for survival, not happiness, not peace, not creativity. Survival. Your brain has one mission: predict danger before it arrives. So it simulates potential threats. But there's a glitch in the system. It cannot tell the difference between imagination and reality. If you imagine losing your job, your nervous system reacts the same way as if you actually lost your job. If you imagine being rejected, your brain triggers the pain circuits as if you're being rejected right now. This means we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Marcus Aurelius said that nearly 2,000 years ago, and now neuroscience proves it. The brain is a prediction machine, and prediction often becomes over-prediction. The default state is, what could go wrong? But here's the paradox. The brain rarely asks, what could go right? It doesn't care about success, it cares about survival, which means most of your worry is simply an evolutionary leftover, a system mechanism, safety-wise, that's running in the background like outdated software. Let's break down the cycle of the worry loop. You imagine a problem, which triggers anxiety. Anxiety then makes your mind hyper-focused on the problem, which amplifies the imagined threat. The amplification creates more anxiety, which confirms to the brain that the threat must be real. The brain stores the loop, which is worrying equals survival. Now the mind worries automatically, even when nothing is wrong. This is why you have future anxiety, what-if scenarios, overthinking loops, discomfort when things seem too calm, a constant feeling you need to prepare for something. Let me take you through an exercise. Think of the present moment you're in right now. The environment around you, your responsibilities, what you're waiting for, what you fear may happen in the next 6 to 12 months. Now zoom out. Go back 12 months in your imagination. Imagine that version of you worrying about today. Worrying about what's happening now. The future that has since become your present. But now that you're here today, you're not thinking, oh, back then everything was fine, I shouldn't have worried. Instead you're thinking, what about tomorrow? What if it goes wrong? What if I mess up? You moved the target. When you arrive at your future, your mind creates a new future to fear. Like a treadmill, you walk endlessly, but you don't move. That's the worry paradox. It works like this. You worry about the future, you reach the future, nothing horrific happens, but you don't celebrate, you simply upgrade your worries. Then your future self does the exact same thing. It's a psychological hamster wheel. You are constantly preparing for battles that will never happen. Most worries don't occur, don't matter, or solve themselves, but the brain keeps generating them because it thinks worry equals safety. Let's talk about the predictive brain. Your brain does not wait for life to happen. It predicts everything in advance. Every emotion you feel is a prediction, not a reaction. Worry is the brain predicting danger before confirming if danger actually exists. The amygdala scans for threats 5 times a second. The prefrontal cortex then tries to make sense of this prediction. But when the prediction system becomes oversensitive, you start worrying about things like emails, texts, money, relationships, the future, things out of your control, things that don't matter, things that haven't happened, and things that never will. The brain is constantly calculating imaginary futures and running emotional situations that never become reality. That's why worry is a mental movie you watch on repeat, not a reality you live in. Because people think worry is helpful. Many people cling to worry because they believe it's the way to be. Because if I worry, I won't be blindsided. If I worry, I can prepare. If I worry, I'll stay in control. But research shows worry decreases problem-solving ability by up to 40%. It does not prepare you, it paralyses you. And even worse, worry becomes addictive. Your brain gets rewarded when the bad thing doesn't happen. See, I worried and nothing happened. That means worrying works. No, nothing happened because nothing was going to happen. But the brain mistakes coincidence for survival. So should we get rid of almost all worry? Well, here's the truth. We don't eliminate all worry. We eliminate unnecessary worry. Because there are 2 types. One is useful worry, which is rare. And this is the worry that leads to action, preparation, solution. For example, you're feeling nervous about an exam, which leads to studying. This is productive. But useless worry makes up 90% of all worry. And this is the worry that leads to nowhere. Imagining worst case scenarios, fear of things you can't control, fear of things unlikely to happen, rumination about the past, creating problems inside your mind. This is the worry we eliminate because it's not insight, it's not caution, it's not preparation, it's self-torture, a mental illusion, a future-based hallucination. So how do we break the paradox? How do we stop future worrying? Well, here are the 4 most powerful techniques. Technique 1 is probability check. Ask yourself, has this thing happened before? Or this type of thing? What's the realistic probability? Most people worry as if disaster is 90% likely when in reality it's 1 to 2%. This instantly shrinks anxiety. Technique 2 is projection exercise. Ask, will this matter in 12 months? If the honest answer is no, it's not worth sacrificing your peace today for. Technique 3 is return to the present moment. Worry lives only in the future. If you pull your mind back to the here and now, your senses, your breath, your surroundings, the worry dissolves. Because worry cannot exist in the present. It's impossible. And then technique 4 is replace what if it goes wrong to what if it goes right. This rewires the prediction mechanism. Your brain has a bias to predict negative outcomes. Flipping the script forces it to simulate positive futures instead. This is one of the fastest ways to reduce chronic worry. So let me leave you with this final thought. You've lived through 100% of your worst days. You survived every challenge. You overcame every problem. Your track record is perfect. Your mind says, what if it gets worse? Reality says, you always find a way. The worry paradox will trap you unless you break the cycle consciously. And here's the challenge. For the next 7 days, every time you worry about the future, ask yourself, did the last worry matter? Did it even come true? When you see the pattern, you stop believing the lies your brain tells you, and you finally make space for clarity, focus, peace, and presence. Most of your worries are ghosts, illusions your mind creates in order to keep you safe, basically. You don't need them anymore, so let them go. This is how you free yourself from the worry paradox.